Hi, my name is Jason. Welcome to My Leader Source. Today we're going to be going over the variations of the clean. Those variations would include the clean, which is also known as the squat clean, the power clean, the hang clean, which is also called the hang squat clean, and the hang power clean. Great muscles for developing power in the posterior chain. Today we're going to have Kathy and Carlos as our demonstrators today. We're going to address some of the key points in the different variations of the clean. We're going to break them down into three different segments. Segment 1 will be applicable in the clean, or the squat clean, and the power clean. In order to get set up for the clean, Carlos is going to prepare himself with his feet under his hips. The bar will be pulled tight to the shin. You're going to see the hand placement. His hands and arms will be just outside the knee, barely touching there. If maybe you might feel some hair scraping against each other. Okay. His hips will start below his shoulders. His back will be in full extension. Okay. Knees will remain out. He's going to drive the bar up to the hang position. So the first segment is actually just the delivery to the hang. This is where we're trying to maintain that nice tight back position. Notice his arms are in extension the entire time. There's no bending of the arms. Go ahead on back down, Carlos. So again, the first segment as he pulls it up is going to be the delivery to the hang. As you can see, he pushes the knees back and brings the bar right to that knee position. And he's going to go back down. One more for me, Carlos. So we're looking for that nice tight back, toes out, knees out, arms in extension, and that chest nice and tall. And this will deliver you to your second segment, which will lead us into the hang clean and the hang power clean. One more time for me, Carlos. So he's going to get down in position again. The starting position key points: toes out, knees out. Arms are outside the knees with the hands on the bar. Chest is upright, spine is in extension with the hip below the knees, and he's going to lift it to that hang position. We're going to go ahead and turn him sideways now so that you can see that from the side view. So on the key points, we talked about the toes out, knees out. From this side angle here, what you'll really get a good view of is his spinal extension and where that bar sits underneath his shoulders. In position, you'll notice that bar is actually either directly underneath his shoulder or just a little behind the shoulder. His hips are below the shoulders. He's going to have that nice spinal extension, chest up nice and tall, and he's just deadlifting or delivering that bar to the hang position. Down nice and easy. As you notice, arms are always remaining in extension. Again, nice tight flat back, hips are below the shoulders. He's driving that knee back out of the bottom to create lift, always maintaining that lift through the heel in the foot. One more time for me, Carlos. So again, big drive, heels driving through the ground to the second position with that nice upright spine. As you see, Carlos has great form. Go ahead and drop it down, Carlos. And that completes the segment 1. Here are some common faults you may find in segment 1, also known as the starting position for your power clean and your squat clean or clean. When Carlos is down in position, he wants to make sure that bar, 1, sits close to the shins. And we're going to talk about this front position. We're going to use this angle to show you some positions that you might find from the front. He's going to go up into extension. And what he's looking to do, common faults in this position would be 1, having the hands too close. Okay, so if you notice, he'll bring those hands too close over the knees. And if you watch, if he brings those knees inside the arms, this will cause a collapse of the structure. So go ahead and bring those knees real close together, Carlos. So even if he gets in good position here, he's so tight, when he goes to pull, there's going to be a ton of friction, and that bar is not going to have really very much room to go. All right. So when you're getting in position, what you want to make sure is that you adjust your hands out wide enough to your knees. The way I like to always think about it is allow your knees to set the position for your arms. And all that means is when you find your good knee out position, adjust your arms so that they're just barely touching, if not off just a little bit from your legs, and then you'll key up from there. So let's go ahead and get in position. And he's going to do 2 or 3 good ones for me, delivering it just up to that hang position. So here's your segment 1, correct. Excellent. Good. Down again. Excellent. So this is the correct position, correcting those bad faults. Up again one more time. And just one more time. So down in position. Again, we don't want the knees collapsing in. We don't want those arms too close, right, crushing everything in. And we want to make sure we start with a nice extended arm. Arms are not bent and relaxed in that bottom position. Okay. We're going to have Carlos go ahead and turn to the side. Side view will help us kind of view this segment when we talk about the bar placement. This bar generally wants to follow a straight path. Some of the common faults are actually starting that bar too far ahead of the toe. So what you'll see a lot of times if Carlos gets down in position, if we pull from this position here, in extension, we're creating a lot of undue torque on that lower back. So now the spine is actually compromised because that bar is actually farther away from your center of gravity. What we want to do is we want to pull that bar back in, make sure we set our hips down and pull the chest up nice and tall. That way we have that nice vertical spine. Okay? So always making sure that that bar placement is directly under the shoulders. If you notice, Carlos has a nice upright spine. Another common fault would be to start with a rounded position. I may not even have to tell you why this would be bad for you, okay? As you can see, his back is completely rounded. When he goes to pull this, and if those legs come off, once his legs extend, the only thing he has to use in this pull is his lower back. So with that 250 pounds that you guys like to squat clean, this will cause some serious damage in that lower back and could cause a risk of injury of a slip disc or herniated disc or bulging disc. So be careful when you're down in position. Always remember that spine should be like a ramp. And when in doubt, you can exaggerate a little bit just to make sure you get locked in there. But all we need really is just a nice flat back position. All right. As he stands up, he's maintaining that nice position, and you'll notice those hips and shoulders will rise at the same time. So out of segment 1, when he goes down, he'll drive through the heels, that back will remain nice and tall, and hips and shoulders will rise at the same time. Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate that.